So this video is showcasing the capabilities of my new self-designed and manufactured 3D printer. I call it the Klaus. Right now it is not running off of its actual own memory stick. I'm instead using a computer slicer to give it commands. Currently, it is printing its own motherboard case. As you can see, the wiring situation down here is completely unacceptable. And again, this is a 16-hour print, so I've measured the stepper motors that are at 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is within about 60 degrees Fahrenheit of their thermal limit. Other than that, this machine uses a 0.6 millimeter nozzle to extrude filament at a much higher rate, and therefore will allow me to create prints faster, albeit at a lower level of detail. But for largely functional parts, such as this material actually being polyethylene tetraglycol, it is very, very good for just laying down clean and quick layers. The 3D printer draws about 500 watts. It's run off of two 24-volt power supplies, one for the 250-watt 310 millimeter heated bed. The others for an E3D V6 extruder, along with all the other circuitry. The motherboard is an SKR 1.4 turbo. I'm using TMC 2130 stepper motor drivers. The motors are at 700 milliamps. Excuse me, the X and Y motors are at 700 milliamps. I have my two Z motors running in series, actually. That was pretty interesting to figure out. Just jury-rigging so I can print the larger motherboard case. I had to provide some cooling to the stepper motor drivers. I'll shut up now and just let it print, though. This print will weigh 354 grams. With better tuning, this printer could probably run about 30% faster. However, my major complications right now are that the bed is just too heavy to be run off the torque supplied by one stepper motor. And so it creates really nasty jagging issues in the print. This print actually seems to be very high quality so far, which I'm happy considering its large thermal mass. So to conclude, just showing the movement system of this device, the bed axis, or the x-axis, is just driven by this stepper motor right here. The y-axis, or the horizontal part of the gantry, is driven by this motor right here. And then the Z portion is again driven by two screw lift motors running in parallel.